最近一个重大的一个国际新闻，就是苏丹内部开始出现了2支武装部队的对决。事实上，苏丹一直没有一个非常稳定的政府。这个事情呢，根本就可以追溯到阿拉伯之春的时刻。我们现在回看，其实它也是一个教育，对所有的人来说，有些革命看起来刚开始是伟大的，但是你可能要了解革命之后的后果，这个后果是否远比革命之前来得更糟。当时苏丹刚开始的时候，他并不是参与了阿拉伯之春，可是，在阿拉伯之春呢，他们就成立了所谓的快速部队。他当然背后有一定的外国势力的介入，然后他就介入了利比亚，也介入了也门的冲突。当时的说法是，这是美国所支持的快速支援部队，但不可靠。在之后呢，到了2019年。整个任期也是长达30年，被认为是独裁者的就被驱逐出境。然后呢，这位任期太久的这个总统呢被驱逐出境之后，苏丹就爆发了大规模的活动，然后军方就用政变推翻了他，然后从此苏丹就没有平静过。之后，什么军民联合政府也被推翻，而最新的一次呢，就是苏丹有一个将军委员会里头争端的2名将军。爆发了彼此的冲突，而人民在这里头是最可怜的。在苏丹的街上，你会看到苏丹并不是一个太贫穷的国家，过去它是英国的殖民地，然后有些民兵呢就拿着刀，有的拿着枪，人民急着拿着他的行李想要逃离，而各国都已经大多数宣布撤侨。美国现在还没有宣布撤侨，但是美国大使馆也随时准备要撤离。
4月15日，战斗在苏丹首都喀土穆及多个城市同时爆发，快速支援部队与苏丹武装部队之间持续数月的紧张局势，突然升级为争夺政权的全面交火。
In the air today, fighter jets over Sudan's capital. On the ground, smoke pouring from the international airport. Satellite images appear to show civilian aircraft destroyed.
旅客不知所措，只知道他们走不了了。
During this news broadcast, the fighting gets closer. Then it abruptly goes off air.
And then these videos emerge. The country's main paramilitary group, the Rapid Support Forces, were taking over air bases. They claimed to have seized the presidential palace and the army's chief residence.
No one is safe, not even patients in hospital.
There is 2 hospitals that have been attacked by bombing and missile. There is many of bodies, dead bodies in the streets and even in the houses. People cannot bury. They cannot bury the bodies because of the shooting outside.
Fixed TV camera positions capturing airstrikes.
3 members of the UN's World Food Program have also been killed. Even a U.S. diplomatic convoy came under direct attack yesterday.
包括美国、日本在内，多个国家已陆续表示将撤侨或是撤走10万人员。纽约时报评论，这场混乱对苏丹来说是一个令人担忧的转折。想了解这场冲突是怎么开始的，必须从4年前说起。仅仅在4年前，一场欢欣鼓舞的人民起义，推翻了执政长达30年的总统巴希尔。当时推翻独裁者的英雄，就是今天要将苏丹推向内战的人。
Meet Sudan's army chief Abdel Fattah al-Burhan and his former deputy Mohamed Hamdan Dagalo, who now commands the paramilitary Rapid Support Forces. 63-year-old al-Burhan, known for his signature green beret and military uniform, rose to prominence in 2019 when he and Dagalo seized power and ousted former Sudanese President Omar al-Bashir in a coup. Soon after, Burhan was sworn in as Sudan's interim leader and was later tasked with leading the country's sovereign council of military and civilian figures to steer the country towards the.
苏丹人民以为迎来了民主，他们错了。
In 2 months, Sudan's pro-democracy protests went from this to this. In a day of carnage, the capital came to understand what the people of Darfur have long known. This regime is capable of anything. Hundreds of unarmed protesters were killed, raped, beaten, and robbed.
这只是饭前小点，两位将军的野心没能藏很久。
Burhan and Dagalo jointly orchestrated a military coup, dissolved the transnational government, and arrested civilian leaders. As Burhan installed himself in power with Dagalo as his right-hand man. Once allies who played a key role in the October 2021 military coup, the two generals are now at the heart of the deadly violence.
这一次按耐不住的是他，快速支援部队领导人苏丹的二把手。
He also tweeted, "We are fighting for the people of Sudan to ensure the democratic progress, for which they have so long yearned." But Hemeti isn't quite known as a pro-democracy fighter. He led the Janjaweed militia during the Darfur conflict in the 2000s. And as the war killed around 300,000 people and displaced millions more, the International Criminal Court accused the militia of genocide, war crimes, and crimes against humanity. Activists also blame Hemeti's RSF for killing dozens of pro-democracy demonstrators during the 2019 uprising. And while the general now sees himself as the savior of the Sudanese, the people say this conflict has nothing to do with them.
The recent tensions stem from a bitter dispute between Burhan and Dagalo over managing the transition to a civil government, the integration of the RSF into the regular army, and who will have ultimate control over the country's fighters and weapons.
两人的决裂为地区安全埋下变数，因为苏丹是一个具有重要战略意义的大国，是北非和撒哈拉以南的非洲之间的桥梁，也是兵家必争之地。
Sudan's position on the Red Sea makes it strategically important. Russia's been negotiating to build a naval base in Port Sudan, which the US fears could jeopardize shipping through the Bab al-Mandab Passage, which links the Red Sea to the Gulf of Aden and the Indian Ocean. Egypt, the UAE, Saudi Arabia, and China all have interests in Sudan.
然而，这样一个黄金、石油等天然资源丰富的国家，却是世界人均所得最穷的国家之一。2011年才从苏丹独立出来的南苏丹也是一样，由于地球暖化带来的极端气候，接连4年发生水患，超过一半的国土没在水中。
This used to be farmland before the floods. The livestock, it's impossible to know just how much has been lost. You can see they're nothing but skin and bones.
And what do they feed the children here? No land to farm anymore. We are told the water lilies.
这是也门和苏丹一样，都在世界最穷国家中位居前排。4月19日，一场布施活动演变成踩踏，死了80多个人，而发放的金额，您听了也许会不可思议。
They'd gathered because merchants were giving families the equivalent of $10 for Eid. But maybe, just maybe, the desperation that led to this tragedy is about to ease. Some 400,000 Yemenis have died in 8 years of civil war, some from bullets and shrapnel, others from hunger and disease. But earlier this month, the foreign minister of Iran, which sponsors the Houthis, met the foreign minister of Saudi Arabia, which backs the other side in the civil war. This new rapprochement was engineered by China, and there's hope that it paves the way for peace in Yemen.
苏丹人民何时才能走出悲剧呢？
How far this is from 2019, when Sudanese people protested on the streets. They brought down one military dictatorship, only to usher in another. And now, utter chaos.